This is the first time I've been here.
No, but my mate Charlie Veach came here, right, last week.
Okay.
And he did a video here.
Right.
And he was never asked these questions.
Well, maybe the officers weren't as interested as me.
No, but I haven't run from you or anything like that.
No, I know you haven't. Okay.
You know.
So what I'll say to you is, if I can just take your details, put them on the log.
The village of Banks. And it is a really nice, calm village. And as you can see, there are pink ribbons everywhere, you know, security.
In the opening moments, the auditor enters the quiet village of Banks, a place now overshadowed by a high-profile police presence. What begins as a calm walkthrough quickly reveals a community wrapped in pink ribbons and silence, visual cues of a sensitive and ongoing investigation. This setup is essential. We are seeing the environment before any confrontation, establishing the tone, the stakes, and the contrast between peaceful surroundings and heightened police tension.
How are you?
As two police cars and an unmarked unit come into view, the situation shifts. The presence of multiple vehicles, over a week after the initial incident, immediately signals ongoing scrutiny. For auditors, this moment is crucial. Heavy police presence often invites questions about what boundaries exist for public filming and what rights remain intact in spaces touched by major investigations.
So there you go, guys. There's two police cars in that cul-de-sac. An unmarked Peugeot. Yeah, and this is over a week on. So there you go, guys. So look at the area. The police here is coming over to me.
Okay.
Hello?
Are you alright?
Yes.
You're paying a lot of attention down there to that house.
Sorry?
You're paying a lot of attention to that house down there.
What house?
You kept looking down past our scene.
Yes?
Yeah.
Looking.
Yeah, is there any reason why?
I can look.
I'm just asking you why, what the interest is.
I'm just looking, you know.
Okay. What's your name, mate?
Sorry?
What's your name, please?
What's your name?
PC Smith, 819.
Okay, hello PC Smith.
Okay, what's your name, please?
The first approach by PC Smith begins with a casual greeting, but quickly pivots to probing questions. Notably, the officer begins by focusing on where the auditor is looking, an attempt to create reasonable suspicion based solely on direction of gaze. This tactic, while subtle, is commonly used to justify escalation. At this stage, nothing unlawful has occurred. The public is free to look at anything visible from a public vantage point.
Do not like to give, you know.
Pardon?
Do not like to give.
Why not?
Well, why do you want my name?
I'm just asking you, being friendly.
Okay, you can call me sir.
Oh, I'm not going to call you sir, I just asked you what your proper name is.
Oh no, but I thought you just wanted a conversation, like, you know.
Yeah. So, do you live here, around here? Do you live in Banks?
Where do you live?
You don't need to know where I live. I'm asking you if
Well, you
live
don't
in
need to
Banks.
know where I live then.
I didn't ask you where you lived, I asked you if you lived in Banks.
You said do I live in Banks,
Yeah.
right?
So it's not asking where you live, is it? It's asking you live
Oh
in
really? Of
Banks.
course it is.
No, it's not. It's
Well, what
asking
area do you live in?
Lancashire.
I live in Lancashire.
Okay, do you live in West Lancashire?
No, well, can I ask you one question? Why are you asking me this anyway? I don't want...
Because there's a scene on over there, as you know. You've turned up, you've got your hood up, you've got glasses on, wandering around looking past the scene, at the end of the road looking down the road what's going on.
Yes.
So I'm just going to ask.
I can look.
Of course you can.
It's worldwide news now.
Here, the interaction turns toward identity. PC Smith asks repeatedly for the auditor's name, despite no legal obligation to provide it absent reasonable suspicion of an offense. The officer's justification, just being friendly, is a common conversational pressure technique. Yet, friendliness does not create lawful authority. The auditor's refusal remains entirely within his rights, and the officer's frustration highlights a tension between voluntary conversation and the desire for control.
Now, you know.
Obviously, it is, but we're there because we are doing something.
Yes.
And we're there to maintain the integrity of the scene. So people acting...
Oh, no, I don't want to come across past your border or anything like that, my friend. Hey, what happened is an absolute tragedy.
What I'm saying is, if people are acting in a suspicious manner,
yeah.
which you...
No, I wasn't acting suspicious, my friend. I looked. I didn't do anything.
Okay, but your appearance, you've got your cap on, your hood up, your sunglasses on.
Yeah, I can do that, right?
Of course you can. I'm not saying you can't. I'm not asking you to take them off. But the reason why I've come to speak to you is because of your manner and behaviour.
No, I didn't do any. What manner? What manner and behaviour, though? What?
That's what we get paid to do, isn't
it? No, but what manner and behaviour?
All
I want to ask you is what manner and behaviour.
Explain why.
I looked, right? Yeah. I didn't say anything to you. I didn't hide or didn't run anything like that.
No, you didn't. But you stood at the end of the road looking along.
Yeah.
Okay. And I've come to ask you why. What your interest is?
No, just mate. I want to get a feel from this area because obviously it's all been in the news, and maybe perhaps run a story or something.
This is the pivotal escalation point. The officer cites the auditor's hood, sunglasses, and general posture as indicators of suspicious behavior. But lawful appearance, no matter how unusual, cannot substitute for reasonable suspicion. The officer's claims rest entirely on subjective interpretation rather than articulable facts. When police rely on appearance instead of conduct, the boundary between public safety and profiling becomes dangerously blurred.
Adam?
I've not done anything wrong.
I'm not saying you have. But giving me your name doesn't mean you've done something wrong, does it?
No, but if I ask you, where do you live?
Lancashire.
No, but whereabouts? Is it a personal question?
Yeah, it is.
Right, so it's a personal question
but
to
I
me.
get paid to ask those questions.
No, but you don't get paid to invoke my rights.
I'm not invoking your rights.
You are.
I'm asking why you are here.
I've told you to do a report on a story, right?
Who?
For myself. Yes.
And what are you intending to do with that?
Post it on YouTube.
Right. So, if that's what you'll do, that's fine.
Yes.
I'm being reasonable with you.
Yes.
I'm just asking for your details. I'm asking you so we can say that you're not here to cause any problem.
Oh no, listen, right. I'm honest constable.
So maybe we've got on the wrong
both
foot.
hands up. Right. I can promise you, I'm not here to cause you any issues.
So maybe we've got off on the wrong foot.
No, we haven't. No,
listen.
We're having a conversation.
Right. Maybe I've made the wrong assumption then.
No, you haven't.
The officer attempts a second angle, discrediting the auditor's role as a reporter by demanding a media card, despite no legal requirement for one to film or report in public. This again reflects a misunderstanding or misrepresentation of press freedoms. The continued push for personal details reveals the true intent, not safety, but documentation. The auditor remains firm, polite, and legally correct, refusing to provide what the officer has no power to compel.
I've never been in banks before.
Fair enough. Right. So you're going to plan on going on?
Yes, I'm moving now.
Right,
I just wanted to get a quick glimpse of the street.
So you have to appreciate though why you've been perked our interest.
Just for looking though, as long as you admit that, the only thing that I did was look. Yeah.
But obviously you've got your hat on, you've got your hood up, you've got your sunglasses on. It's not sunny, and you stood at the end of the road looking down. You stood round the back of the co-op and everything like that.
Yeah, I was just getting a glimpse of the area. That's all it was. But everything that you just named that I was doing is legal, isn't it?
Yeah.
If I was doing something illegal, then I can understand, constable. But end of the day,
Right. All right. We'll leave you to it.
All right. You take care, constable. Yeah. What's your calling number anyway, by the way? Sorry?
The interaction ends in a calm de-escalation, with the officer admitting that everything the auditor did was lawful. This conclusion underscores the central lesson: being watched is uncomfortable for police, but discomfort is not grounds for detention or demands for identity. Auditors serve a critical role, testing whether rights survive under pressure. And here they did. The respectful but firm refusal to surrender rights is exactly how accountability takes shape in everyday encounters.